When you hear the names Seiko and Astron together, two Seiko creations may come to your mind. The world's very first commercially available quartz wristwatch was indeed named the Seiko Astron, a landmark in watchmaking history that launched on the 25th of December in 1969. It revolutionised the accuracy of wristwatches far beyond the standards of the mechanical watches in that period. This Astron triggered what is referred to as the quartz revolution or quartz crisis in Switzerland, as soon after its creation quartz watches became affordable, mass-produced and much more accurate than mechanical timepieces. This disrupted the traditional Swiss watch industry and democratised precise timekeeping. And the other thing that may come to mind when you hear Seiko and Astron may be something much like this. In 2012, Seiko revived the Astron name with the world's first GPS solar watch, which is capable of adjusting itself to local time anywhere in the world using GPS signals from satellites. And today I want to show you a little bit more on how these amazing watches work and show you how to set your own one. So, what to check first? You of course want to make sure your watch has enough charge in it, and to charge it you want to expose it to light, ideally sunlight, until the power reserve indicator is in the middle or most ideally full. If the battery is low, then the GPS features may not work. Next, ensure you are outdoors like we are today, and hopefully you will be beneath a clear sky, but this is the UK, so that's not going to happen too often, but hopefully the clouds don't interfere too much with the GPS signals. But you want it to be as clear as possible and as open as possible to establish as strong a connection to those GPS satellites as possible. It's important to note that tall buildings, trees, and being indoors can interfere with the connections, but we're in a relatively open area here, so when we do a test in a second, hopefully it's going to work. Now I'm going to go over to the most open bit, the centre of this little area I've chosen to record this video. And as you can see, there are some buildings, some trees around, but it should work just fine because they're not right next to us. So if I go all the way over here, and we're going to try setting the time via the GPS satellites and show you where the magic really happens with these watches. So then, for setting the local time zone automatically by GPS, you hold the B button, or this bottom button, until the seconds hand jumps to number 6 position, or 30 seconds, and then you release, and this can take a while, but it will start to try and establish the connections to satellites. And where it jumps to here is indicating how many satellites it's communicating with. So at the minute, I believe it's either 6 or it's 13. And again, you have to be patient. Just wait for this GPS reception to complete all of its tasks. But we've got enough signals here. It seems that you need, from my experimentation with the watch, a connection to at least 3 or more in order to set the time successfully. But now you can see it's already moving, and it has already, I believe, adjusted to, so we're on 11:54. Yep, that's it. It's as easy as that. And so after just the press of one singular button, you should have the correct local time, time zone, date, and DST applied to your Astron. Now, in the event that you can't establish a GPS signal, or if you just fancy setting it yourself when you're indoors, etc., then here's how you set the time zone manually. So you want to pull out the crown, just one click, and the seconds hand will move to indicate the currently set time zone. And then you want to rotate the crown forward or backward to choose your desired time zone, and the seconds hand will show you which zone you have selected. And then click the crown back in, and the time and dials should adjust accordingly, and there you have it. So that was just a little information on Seiko Astrons, on how to use them, on how to use yours, how they work, and also a little on the history behind the Astron name and where it originated from. The Seiko Astron changed the world of watches forever, and Seiko continue to make incredible watches that seem to dominate this industry. I love them, and I know many of you do too, so if you've got an Astron, if you are a Seiko enthusiast, if you fancy an Astron, let me know what you think down in the comments, or what you have, because I really do love finding out and I love talking about this stuff with you guys. But for this week's video, that is it. Give it a like if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel. I post a new watch video every single week. But for now, that's it, and I hope you have a good weekend. See you later.